Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't did much lately, but you have to have breakdowns to have stuff happen. So here's one of my breakdowns. I have the Rubicon 2006, and the back ball bearings were starting to go out. So you hear a chattering. You actually can feel the wheel when you take off almost shift a little bit. Now, what was funny about this one was when you shook the tire, it wasn't that bad. So they hadn't gone out completely, but they were working on it. So, jacked it up, got underneath it, pulled the hubs off, pulled the tires off, pulled the hubs off, pulled the brakes off. As you can see, the rotor brakes, calipers, pulled the drum off, the hat, and then it was just four bolts that were with this on there, and it popped right off. No big deal. Couldn't tell you what the millimeter is to get those off, but who cares? You guys can get it took care of. But we had to do both sides. Everything inside looks pretty good. No damage or anything like that. Thank goodness. At first, I thought I had a cracked hub or cracked axle or something because of the shifting it was doing. And that scared the crud out of me. But you can see this hub is pretty good too. So we got in there. We got all that out. And found a Harbor Freight has some presses, and I don't want to be taking my stuff to the shop. I mean, this could be hundreds of dollars for somebody to do this, probably upwards of $500, $600, maybe even $700. So I figured I could do it myself. It can't be too hard. Plus, I'm going to get a cool jack stand or a hydraulic press out of it. So I've already got the left side off. That was the most damaged side. Everything's nice. No, this is all from the original pressing, but everything looks real good on here. And here's the driver's side. The seals were still good. This side still, the passenger side, that wasn't good still. So I was going to have to change out the seal anyway. So, and you have to do ball bearings and everything like that for the seals. So this worked out. I'm over here. This seal's still good, but if you could tell, the ball bearings are starting to go. This is not supposed to rattle around like that. They're supposed to be nice, solid. Everything else looks good on it. So all I've done was clean it up, put it on the table, and started cutting off. And if you can see, here's my mess of cutting. I've just went through and cut the Reese's off. Here we go. There's the Reese. Can we focus in? There we go. I just cut through it. I didn't go all the way. And then I used my chisel to snap it off, making sure I don't damage the shaft or anything like that. After that was all done, I had to go after the underneath. This all sits right in here. So I got that out. As you can see, I didn't go all the way. I went pretty far, but I didn't go all the way enough just to chop it, because we don't want to damage any of this. If you damage this, you are in trouble. So I didn't want to do any of that. So that's all cleaned up. And now I'm going to head over to the next one right here. And I'll start grinding on it and show you what it looks like on the grind of the Reese here. I'll cut it off first. Then we'll get the bearings, and then we'll get all the rest. Okay, so all I'm using to cut these off with is a 4-inch cutter. As you can see, I've already cut through this one. It takes just seconds. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You just don't want to get down and hit this, because if you do, it's all over. So let's see if I can do this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it like this, but all we're going to do is put the chisel right there, like that, and we're going to try to snap it off. But I don't think I can hold this and snap at the same time, because I need two hands. Let's see if we can do... No. Sorry, guys. Maybe over here. I got nothing. My camera skills stink. My camera's going to fall over right when I do it. So I'm going to snap it real fast. All I'm going to do is drop it with a 3/4 inch Harbor Freight chisel. It's not a big deal, but let me just get it right. So I'll let you see. I just used the chisel and it snapped it right there. Bam. Now that's ready to be pushed off. Just chap it out and it won't be an issue at all. And I'll start on the ball bearings. This will all come apart real easy. I'll just cut that off. And then it's the mounting underneath. I don't know what that's called. We'll cut that off. That's where you have to be really careful on the cutting because you're really close to the shaft then. So let me knock this thing off and I'll let you see what the ball bearings and everything look like. So it's hot as hell right now. I'm not going to touch it too much. But I did one side and then I busted the other side. It makes it easier to come off. I mean, really, I can just pry it right off. I'm sorry, pry it right off. No big deal. Makes a mess on the floor though. But now you're gonna have to take this off, and this is where you got to be real careful about this because you're getting real close to this here, and that shaft right there. So you got to be real careful when you're cutting on this. You want to make sure you get this. This is really the sleeve that's holding all this on. So get this down and just be real careful right here. You don't want to nick on any of this because your seal is going to be right there on it. And if you nick it, your seal's not going to get a good seal on any of that stuff. So make sure you don't nick it. I'll cut this one off and I'll bring you right back. Give you an idea what I got down to right here. See how close I've gotten that? And I didn't nick the shaft up here. I did do a little deeper into the center right there. But it should just snap off with a chisel. Let me see. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I had to cut it a little bit more. It wasn't as cooperative as the last one. But it's cracked. Darn it. Thought I could push it around for you. Well, it's cracked and it just pushes right off now. Now keep those because you'll use these to help when you'll use these when you're pushing your bearings back on to keep them from breaking. And that's going to be in another video when I get the press. But it's that easy. You just cut them off, pop them off. Make sure you just don't cut into that so much you're going to nick your shafts because you don't want to ruin your seals and stuff like that. But that's how easy it is. Just grind them right off. If you like what I'm doing, if you want to see more, please subscribe and tell me what you think. I know it probably might have been an easier way to do it, but this is the way I learned how to do things, and that's what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Bye.